Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gord McCall. I'm the Artistic and Executive Director of the Lyric Theatre here in downtown Swift Current, Saskatchewan. It's my pleasure to welcome you tonight to Lyric Digital Stage Open Stage number 14. It's going to be a very special occasion. We have wonderful musicians participating with their original songs, and I want to thank them, first of all, for joining us in collaboration over these many shows. This all came about in response to COVID and our desire to present our entertainment and art to the community no matter what. And the musicians stepped forward and have provided us with great entertainment, some of which you're going to experience tonight. So thank you one and all for such a great effort. I also want to thank Ed Doyle. Ed is on our board of directors, and he's responsible for recruiting the musicians, and he's doing such a great job. Thank you, Ed. They create the music at home, send it in to me, and I do some editing and put the whole program together. And so all in all, we have quite a wonderful collaboration going on in honor of the Lyric Theatre. So thank you, everybody. Now, I just want to remind us that we stand on Treaty 4 territory, the original lands of the Cree, the Ojibwe, the Saulteaux, the Lakota, Nakota, Dakota, and homeland of the Métis Nation. Now, we respect and honor the treaties that were made on all territories. We acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past, and we are committed to move forward in partnership with Indigenous peoples in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. We also stand in solidarity with all people who stand in opposition to oppression, lack of freedom of expression, and the violent oppression of free speech and basic human rights. We stand with members of the Black community, people of color, Indigenous peoples, 2S LGBTQ communities, people with disabilities, and all who experience oppression, marginalization, and systemic racism and hatred, including injustice of this nature that takes place in our own country. Did you know that we do 4 Lyric Digital Stage programs now? We do Lyric Digital Stage Open Stage. We do Lyric Digital Stage Write Out Loud, Lyric Digital Stage Youth Talent Night, and we just premiered this past week Lyric Digital Stage Brave New World, which celebrates the words of William Shakespeare. And I want to tell you, among all of those programs, put them all together, we've had over 50,000 views of our Lyric Digital Stage programming. So from all of us here at the Lyric Theatre, we want to extend our gratitude and great appreciation for your viewership and for people in different parts of the country who are watching us. We are so grateful for this, and we are going to continue. We're going to keep this programming in place after we reopen live, and we will run it in tandem with live programming because we all want to be back live, that's for sure. But this has proven to be so popular. We just wanted to take a moment and thank you, the viewer, and our community members for supporting us, and our sponsors for helping us make it through this dark night of COVID. So thank you. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy Lyric Digital Stage Open Stage number 14.
Hi there, I'm Michael Ernie Taylor. I'm going to sing a song that I wrote way back in the 70s for opera, country and western opera, called Cruel Tears. This is called Lady of the Prairie. She was a lady of the prairie, and though she thought she'd never marry, I stole that gal and we left that one-horse town. She said she'd always call me Papa if I would treat her proper. I swore I'd never let that good gal down. You know my life was a barrel of fun, and my world was in my arms. She had me up there sitting on a cloud that was gold spun. I took her far off to the city. She was looking pretty, Then one day I turned and she was gone. Yodeling. When I went downtown to find her, there was another man behind her. It looked like they was out to have some fun. I said, come on home now, sweet mama, back to the arms of your own papa. We'll forget the past and let what's done be done. You know my life was a barrel of fun. My world was in my arms. She had me up there sitting on a cloud that was gold spun. Then she said, oh, didn't you get my letter? I found a guy I like better. With that they both walked off arm in arm. And then she melted like a vision. I still can taste her kissing. She left me standing in the glaring evening sun. Yodeling. Thank you.
Melting river rushing by, sandhill cranes are on the fly. Everywhere you look, you see the change. Everywhere you look, it stays the same. Oh, life keeps rolling on, rolling on. Just rolling on. Winter's birds are moving on. Blossoms open, then they're gone. And everywhere you look, you see the change. And everywhere you look, it stays the same. Oh, life keeps rolling on, rolling on, just rolling on. Oh, hey, hey. Hey, 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 oh, hey, 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 melt just like the snow. Everywhere you look, you see the change. Everywhere you look, it stays the same. Oh, life keeps rolling on, just rolling on. Babies born and then they're grown, having babies of their own. And everywhere you look, you see the change. Everywhere you look, it stays the same. Oh, life keeps rolling on, just rolling on. Oh, hey, 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 hey. Hey, passing through, others stay the whole way through. And everywhere you look, you see the change. Everywhere you look, it stays the same. Oh, it keeps rolling on, rolling on, just rolling on. A lifetime lived and then it's gone, young lives left to carry on. And everywhere you look, you see the change. Everywhere you look, it stays the same. Oh, it keeps rolling on, rolling on, just rolling on. Oh, hey, 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 rolling on, just rolling on, rolling on, just rolling on.
Greetings. My name is Bill Remfrey, and I come from Saskatchewan originally, although I'm in Alberta these days. I do try to get back to Saskatchewan whenever I can and play music with old friends. And one of those old friends is Ed Doyle, who participates in the organizing of this lyric open mic. And so he called me and asked me if I'd prepare a song. So I said sure. In 1923, marijuana was made illegal in Canada, and it was only, of course, until we all know a couple of years ago when that was finally reversed. Now, in the early days, especially in the U.S., the policies and the drug laws were really quite racist policies, in that they were really targeting people of color. The authorities were claiming that pot made people into murderers and rapists and made them crazy. So they started trying to bust people, but it turned out to be proportionally more blacks, about 4 to 1 compared to whites, claiming that they were the culprits. But when it was really analyzed, it was probably about a 1 to 1 usage between whites and blacks. But those kinds of policies, of course, whether it be marijuana or anything else, have continued in the U.S. But anyway, back to Canada, and it sort of parallels a bit with the U.S. The initial laws were made to curb the use, of course, but they didn't really enforce them very much in the first several years, from 1923 right up till the 50s. In fact, between 1930 and about 1946, there were only about 25 or so convictions for marijuana use. So really not much went on. And the main people that seemed to use pot in those days, or at least they were considered to, were jazz musicians. So, but then by the 50s, things started to change, and especially with the beatnik era, and then on to the 60s with the hippies, and the number of arrests and convictions dramatically increased. And by 1972, there were 12,000 convictions in Canada, and unfortunately, I was part of that statistic. So anyway, there was, as I said, there's a lot of relationship to jazz, and one of the popular pot songs, if you will, that stems back from the 30s is called "If You're a Viper," sometimes called "If You's a Viper," or the Reefer Song. And this was made popular, if you will, by Rosetta Howard and also Fats Waller. But I first heard this song by Humphrey and the Dump Trucks, who were influential in me taking up music back in the 70s. And I heard this in the 70s, and they had it on their Go for Sweet album, and it was called The Viper's Drag. So it's their interpretation of the song. So anyway, this is called "If You're a Viper." I dreamed about a reefer 5 feet long, a little bit hot but not too strong. You'll be high, but not for long. If you're a viper, when your throat gets dry, you know you're high and everything is dandy. Truck on down to the candy store, I'll bust your chops on peppermint candy. You're the king of everything. Gotta get high before I sing. Light that tea and we will see if you're a viper. If you're a viper, when your throat gets dry, you know you're high and everything is dandy. Truck on down to the candy store, well, bust your chops on peppermint candy. Then you know your body's spent. You don't care if you don't pay rent. The sky is high and so am I. If you're a viper, light that tea and we will see if you're a viper. Thanks for listening.
Hello, friends in Swift Current. My name's Gary Walsh, aka Humphrey from Humphrey and the Dump Trucks. This song is entitled Sweet Five, and I wrote it for our 1971 album Hot Spit. Thanks to Ed Doyle for encouraging me to be a contributor to the Lyric Theatre Open Stage. Here we go. I'll sing you some songs, pretty melodies. They'll say the things that I can't say straight. Let the music be my voice. It'll tell you of a love that just can't wait. Say it with a song. You know it won't be long till I'm back with you again. You sense your time is running low. You say the writing's on the wall. Eyes that cry tell me you're sad. Say to me I've done nothing at all. Say it with a song. You know it won't be long till I'm back with you again. Give me a chance to sing the truth. Put away those letters you'll never send. Time enough to heal the past. The long lonely night won't be your only friend. Say it with a song. You know it won't be long till I'm back with you again.
thank you for listening. This song is called If You Want. It's a sort of an awkward love song. Poems are full of fancy words. Sometimes I feel too simple. My speech is blunt and sometimes hurts. I really didn't mean to. I'm slow to compliment. I might be out of touch, but I hope you'll consider it when I say I like you so much. Please don't take my word for granted. I'll show you that I mean all the things I say to you. I'm a hopeless romantic. Let's write a song. I'll be the chord progression. You can be the tune. Just let me hold hands and dance and cuddle in the moonlight, be the closest friends. And lovers after midnight, there's a book I read with a princess on its cover. I can be your prince. You can rescue me forever if you want. Movies always sound so sweet. Two people kiss and live happily ever after. Wish I could sweep you off your feet, but I know the reality will be a lot more awkward. I'm really oblivious. I don't know how to flirt, but I'm trying to get over it. Maybe you can help me learn, but please don't take my word for granted. I'll show you that I mean all the things I say to you. I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm sure you've noticed by now I keep giving you flowers. Just let me hold hands and dance and cuddle in the moonlight, be the closest friends. And love is after midnight. There's a book I read with a princess on its cover. I can be your prince. You can rescue me forever if you want. Please don't take my word for granted. I'll show you that I mean all the things I say to you. I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm just working up the courage to even give you a clue. I wanna hold hands and dance and cuddle in the moonlight, be the closest friends. And lovers after midnight, there's a book I read with a princess on its cover. I can be your prince. You can wear that shining armor if you want. That's all I want. Thank you. Have a good night.
Well, I woke up in the morning 'cause I thought I heard a train whistle blow. Yeah, I woke up in the morning 'cause I thought I heard a train whistle blow. But this line's been abandoned. Trains don't run by here no more. And I'm feeling abandoned, walking down this empty line. Yeah, I'm feeling abandoned, walking down this empty line. And the only whistle blowing is that ghost train screaming in my mind. Well, there once was a town here, there once was a CPR. Yeah, there once was a town here, there once was a CPR. Now all the railroad men are sitting in an Arizona old railroad man bar. And I'm feeling abandoned, walking down this empty line. Yeah, I'm feeling abandoned, walking down this empty line. And the only whistle blowing is that ghost train screaming in my mind. Well, my daddy, he's a farmer, but my grandpa was a railroad man. Yeah, my daddy, he's a farmer, but my grandpa was a railroad man. Riding that Still River right across this whole railroad line. On a cold winter night, you can hear the moaning of that old ghost train. Yeah, on a cold winter night, you can hear the moaning of that old ghost train. Rolling to the lakeheads with a load of our good prairie grain. And I'm feeling abandoned, walking down this empty line. Yeah, I'm feeling abandoned, walking down this empty line. And the only whistle blowing is that ghost train screaming in my mind.
Bingo.
Bingo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, my name is Just Jacob. I have a muscle. Anyways, this is my name on my shirt. I got stickers and I got BNS cards. Thank you to the Lyric Open Stage for hosting the digital open stage. I really appreciate it. And we'll get through with the proceedings this evening. Again, my name is Just Jacob. The song is called Who I Am. And I really appreciate the listen. DJ, yeah, same thing I said last time. As I entered city limits, mixed feelings arose. I never really finished the business I left in it. Head spinning like the exorcist, absorbing every new change in the landscape. Mind spinning like a fan blade. What if I'm too late? What if what I've left behind's taken on new shape? As I got closer, the sweat started to trickle down. The road blurred and I started to shake. As I neared the house, it appeared it hadn't changed. Same color, same heads and address plate. It had been 2 years since I last arrived. I knocked and Mom came out with tears in her eyes, shocked. Between two walls, not what I envisioned, but I'm letting go, I don't need permission. To be who I am now, to be who I am now. Here I am now in this position. Between two walls on what I envision. Yeah. After an overdue visit, I began to head home, considering the consequences of my decision. What repercussions will I have to face? Do I mask and fake my whereabouts and ask, or let them know, defensive in my position? I arrived and I entered inside the kitchen to find them both. They questioned where I had been and I replied at home. I was sent to my room but then decided I would go. So I snuck out, pissed off at this messed house. Got to mom's late that night, parked the truck, hopped out, and proceeded to crash on the couch. I woke up to the sound of a glass smash on the ground. Yeah. Between two walls, not what I envisioned, but I'm letting go, I don't need permission to be who I am now, to be who I am now. Here I am now in this position, between two walls, not what I envisioned. I rushed to the kitchen to find one of glass all on the floor, box of hot collar white dry and an ashtray on the table, a roach, some money, and lastly my mom's face laid flat on a glass tray, overfilled with emotion. I started to cry, an all too familiar sight that was so hard in the eyes. Part of me died knowing that nothing would really change, but I put her to bed and I did not feel ashamed. Still my mother, I love her and nothing's gonna change. That I tucked her under the covers, got in my truck and drove back. I understood their point, but the statement is true. If I did it for her, then I'd do it for you. Between two walls, not what I envisioned, but I'm letting go, I don't need permission to be who I am now, to be who I am now. Here I am now in this position, between two walls, not what I envisioned, but I'm letting go, I don't need permission to be who I am now, to be who I am now. Here I am now in this position, between two walls, not what I envisioned, but I'm letting go, I don't need permission to be who I am now, to be who I am now. To be who I am now, to be who I am now. Thank you.
Guys, Creed Newton coming to you from Central Butte. Nice to be back on the Lyric Digital Open Stage. A cool thing happened since last time I played for you. I released and recorded and released a 5-song EP called Real Life Reality. I think last time I played the title track for you. This time I want to go with, it's getting close to that season. For some people it has started, seeding, and the farming season. So I wrote a song on there called 1905, and it's kind of about how it's my husband's family that moved here in 1905 and settled in the Palliser Triangle, which of course they said would never grow anything. So proving them wrong 1 year at a time. This one's called 1905. It was 1905 when the family first arrived, settled on that brand new prairie dirt. Why they settled here, well, it isn't very clear, 'cause Palliser said farming wouldn't work. But they built a little home, a little soddy of their own, and a little barn to house a couple beasts. Cows for some milk, horses for some help, chickens and pigs for their feasts. Yeah, they work 14-hour days, that's how they were raised, 'cause the weather doesn't run by a clock. So they worked around the sun until the job was done, praying for a bounty of a crop. Well, they sowed one row at a time in a single furrow line, with the plow pulled by a single mare named Nell. Whoa, Nellie! When harvest rolled around, sickles cleared the ground until the very last stalk fell. But drought and disease and hoppers all were thieves, stealing all their work from the land. So they prayed hard for rain and they cried when it came, so relieved that they could hardly stand. Yeah, they worked 14-hour days, that's how they were raised, 'cause the weather doesn't run by a clock. So they worked around the sun until the job was done, praying for a bounty of a crop. Well, farming nowadays has little different ways on how to get a crop in the ground. But one thing hasn't changed in that home on the range, they're still the hardest working class around. Yeah, they work 14-hour days, that's how they were raised, 'cause weather doesn't run by a clock. So they work around the sun until the job is done, praying for a bounty of a crop. Yeah, they work 14-hour days, that's how they were raised, 'cause the weather doesn't run by a clock. So they work around the sun until the job is done, praying for a bounty of a crop. Yeah, they work around the sun until the job is done, praying for a bounty of a crop. Here's to a safe crop season this year. See you later, guys.
Hi, folks. This is Jen and Mary, and we just want to thank Gord McCall and Ed Doyle for the privilege of playing on the Lyric Digital Open Stage. We really enjoyed it. Enjoy seeing all the great acts on there. We're wearing our brand new Lyric Theater t-shirts. Thank you very much, Gord. And Ed, I hope to play some tunes with you again. We started out about 50 years ago with you on banjo, and it would be fun to play with you now, and you're on the bass, it'd be even more fun. So this is a tune called 100 Years From Today, written 90 years ago. And the pictures you're going to see in there are from my own family album going back to 1921 in Saskatchewan. Most of these pictures are in fact from Saskatchewan. I think all of them are. From about 1921 to 1930, in that range. So enjoy. It's called 100 Years From Today.
Life is such a great adventure. Learn to live it as you go. There's no one in the world can censure what we do here below. Don't save your kisses just pass them around. You'll find my reasons are logically sound. Who's going to know that you pass them around 100 years from today? Why crave a penthouse that's fit for a queen? You're nearer heaven on Mother Rose Green. If you had millions, what would they all mean 100 years from today? So just laugh and sing, make love the thing, be happy while you may. There's always one beneath the sun who's bound to make you feel that way. The moon is shining, and that's a good sign. So hold me close, dear, and say you'll be mine. Remember, darling, we won't see it shine 100 years from today. 100 years from today. The moon is shining, and that's a good sign. So hold me close, dear, and say you'll be mine.